Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing? I am doing so well. I am sitting down to dinner, about to enjoy a nice bowl of cannellini beans and collard greens. Now, y'all might not think that's a great combination, but it truly is. I got the idea of making this from uh, this one time I had cannellini beans with kale. Well, I don't have any kale. I have a bunch of collard greens that I bought from the farmer's market recently. And so I thought, let me just make myself a nice bowl. Can y'all see that? Of cannellini beans and collard greens. Hold on, y'all. Y'all go and grab your dinner real quick. Have dinner with me. Mmm, 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 mmm. So delicious. Okay. Now this is what I put in these beans and greens. I sauteed some onion and garlic and a little bit of sweet red pepper. And since I had that fat carrot, I thinly diced some of the carrot, probably about maybe a tablespoon worth, and finely diced it and sauteed that along with the onion and sweet red pepper and garlic. And I sauteed that for about 5 or 6 minutes. And then when it looked, nice and ready for me to throw in my beans, I did that. Hold on, y'all. Y'all take a bite of your food. I'm doing a mukbang of my own food, and it's delicious. Anyway, hold on, y'all. Then I threw in 2 cans of cannellini beans and a little bit of olive oil. I'm sorry, I sauteed the veggies in a little bit of olive oil. Then I threw in a couple of cans of cannellini beans, which I had drained and rinsed. And I sauteed that with a little bit of olive oil and or about a tablespoon of that chicken. It's like chicken bouillon in a little jar that you get from the grocery store next to the cans of chicken soup or whatever. It's like a chicken base. It comes in a little jar. It has to be refrigerated after you open it, but it looks kind of like a paste, and you just drop it in there, and it seasons your food so well. So I stir fried my beans and my veggies for a little bit longer. Hold on. Don't want my food to get cold. And rinsed and how can I explain it? Deveined. I don't know what you call it. I had these big collard greens that you had to pull that stem off of. That was my first time cooking collard greens, so I did my best. I didn't want to put that on camera, so I pulled that big stem off and pulled my greens apart into little bite-sized pieces, and I dropped them in the pan with my beans and veggies along with a cup of water and a little garlic, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and then I have this Latina. It's called Latina spice. It's got all kinds of fancy spices in it, and it's so good. It makes your food taste like it has like a Caribbean flavor to it. Sprinkle some of that in there. Brought it to a simmer, put a lid on it for 45 minutes. When I tell you this is good, hold on, y'all. Sometimes you have to pat yourself on the back. Now, the frustrating thing is I thought, okay, what can I have with these beans and greens? I was going to try to keep it vegetarian style. So I thought I'll have maybe like some cornbread. So I had 3 boxes of Jiffy cornbread in my pantry. So I have been stocking up, right? Buying a little here, a little there, trying to get my pantry completely full so that, when the winter time comes around, I don't have to venture out as much. So I opened up the first box of Jiffy and it was bad because it had these little bugs inside. So I looked at the expiration date and it said August 4th, 2021, which means it was out of date when I purchased it. I am always looking at dates, but I guess on this particular day, I didn't check the date on the cornbread mix. So I was like, seriously? Jiffy is really cheap, so I was like, okay. I threw that box away. It had 2 more boxes. I looked at the date on another box. It said August 4th, 2021. I was like, okay, this is gonna be bad. So I just threw it in the trash. So I pulled out a box that was dated April 2022. Same thing, full of bugs. 3 boxes of cornbread I had to toss. Now, I could have, put them in a bag, taken them back to the grocery store, showed them my receipt, and I still might do that because I keep my receipts. I sure do. I keep all of my receipts, and I still might take that back to the store and say, hey, you guys sold me some bad cornbread. And speaking of that, make sure you check the dates on everything. I recently went to Publix, which is a very expensive grocery store, and I bought a little bowl of cottage cheese. And the cottage cheese had expired a month before I bought it. A month before I bought it. And so when I opened the cottage cheese up, when I got home, it was like soup. I mean, cottage cheese is already kind of gross, but I happen to like it. But when I saw it, I was like, seriously? So y'all don't forget to check those dates when y'all go grocery shopping. But I mean, all is not lost. I reached in the refrigerator and found some Texas toast garlic bread. Hold on, y'all. Better than cornbread. And it goes just fine with my cannellini beans and collard greens. So I'm having a wonderful, wonderful dinner. Now, I decided not to keep it vegetarian. I had some leftover chicken in the freezer. I had bought like a whole cut up chicken that the grocery store had already cooked. And I ate a couple pieces and put the rest of it in baggies. So I pulled out 1 piece, threw it in the oven, warmed it up. Look at this, y'all. Now, juice is gonna go flying everywhere. Hold on. There's nothing like a nice jalapeno pepper. Delicious. So incredibly good. Okay, so I'm having my beans and greens, some chicken, a nice jalapeno pepper. Hold on, y'all. And some garlic toast. I hope y'all are enjoying your dinner as much as I am. Or if you're having breakfast when you see this video, I hope you're sitting down at your dinner table and enjoying your food. Step away from the TV. Step away from the cell phone. Put some nice, find your favorite music to listen to. Put that on in the background. If you have a nice candle, get that. If you have pets, make sure you put them in another room because they are going to stare you down until you take your last bite. So my dogs are in the garage and I'm enjoying my wonderful dinner. Y'all, I'm telling you, these beans, the 2 cans of cannellini beans and the collard greens is going to last probably about, I'll get probably about 5 meals out of it. So I'm having my first bowl here. I'll have some probably tomorrow for lunch, and then the next day for lunch. And then I'll put the rest in a little Tupperware bowl and put it in the freezer, and that'll be my TV dinner, maybe one day next week. Hold on, y'all. I'm enjoying some nice apple cider. Hold on, one more time. Look at my cute cup. Isn't that cute? I just love it. It says, hello, sunshine. Hey, and that's exactly what I am, a ball of sunshine. Anyway, y'all, I don't know what's going to be on the menu for tomorrow. I came across a box of recipes that I have had since the 90s, so 20 something years. I think I'm just going to go through that box and just find something to make. And you know, back then in the 90s, we were still tearing recipes out of magazines and stuff like that. So I actually have some very old magazines as well. And in fact, I found a Women's Day magazine from 2006. It's like you put it down inside of a box of books or whatever, and you just put the books away, and then next thing you know, it's like 15 years later. So I'm gonna see what was on the menu in Women's Day magazine back in 2006. Maybe I can find me a nice recipe. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, oh, okay, I'm gonna state the obvious. We all know what beans can do to your digestive system. Let's just leave it like that. Here's a tip. Mint tea, okay? If you have a cup of mint tea with your beans, there's not gonna be any aftermath. Leave it like that. Everything is gonna be nice and calm in your belly. And I love mint tea. You can buy mint water from the grocery store, but what I do is I just get the mint tea bags, and I'll drop one tea bag inside of some ice water and just sip on it all day. I don't like sugar in my mint tea. I don't like sugar in any kind of herbal tea, but it's a must when I'm drinking my Starbucks coffee, which I do brew myself at home. But I'm telling you, mint tea is so good for the digestive tract. Guys, look, guys and gals, Google it. Look up the benefits of mint tea, okay? You can eat a nice bowl of beans and then leave the house and go on a date and be all right. If you know what I mean. So that's just a little side tip. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to finish enjoying my wonderful beans and collard greens. And then I'm going to practice a little bit. I have a keyboard over there. I've had it a couple of years. I can't play a lick, but I'm gonna try to learn how to play. I'm gonna teach myself. So I'll probably do that tonight, and then, I don't know, find out what I wanna make tomorrow for lunch or dinner or breakfast. It just depends on what recipe I end up going with. And then I'll come back and I'll have another meal with y'all, okay? Would y'all like that? Do y'all like seeing my smiling face? Hold on. Make sure I don't have any food in my tea. I keep it real. I once heard a pastor say, look at your neighbor and smile. Give them a giant smile unless you don't have any teeth in your mouth. And that was kind of mean, but of course everybody laughed. But I hope that I have my teeth all of my life. I'm trying to take very good care of them, but anyway, that's another story. But I want y'all to have a wonderful evening. I hope you're enjoying your meal, whatever it is. Just, you know, get away from the TV, get to a quiet place, and seriously enjoy. Look, you worked for your food. You know, you worked. You got out there in traffic, or somebody else got out there in traffic and went to work and brought that paycheck home so that you could buy food that you can actually sit down and eat at home and enjoy. Don't eat on the fly, you know? Don't grab it and go. Sit down. Turn your camera on. Okay? Record yourself having a nice meal and send it to, I don't know, your grandma, your best friend, or your daughter or something, and say, hey, I just thought I'd have a nice meal with you. That is seriously good. That's really good. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great evening, and I will see y'all back here maybe tomorrow. Bye.